So normally I try to, have myself together. Wow, that guy's really cool. No, so normally I try to have myself together, or at least have my clothes on before I start posting and turning the camera on and stuff. But man, I had just something that was on my mind, on my heart, my spirit, and I wanted to maybe share it with y'all, if you're interested. So I spent the last week hanging out with our top producing agents and with our top attractors at EXP, as well as the rest of our executive leadership team. And man, it was absolutely incredible. But our CEO, our fearless leader, Leo Pareja, said something that really like hit hard. And he mentioned that, he had this principle that, he said it's out there, no real source to attribute it to because so many people have said it. But it was the first time kind of hearing it for me, at least framed this way. And one of the things he said was that there's only two people in this world that you have to impress. Two people in this world that you have to impress. And those two people are it's not your mom, right? And it's not your dad, and it's not your kids, right? It's not your family, not even your spouse. The two people that you really need to focus on impressing, and that is the 8-year-old version of you and the 80-year-old version of you. 8 and 80, right? So and that really hits hard, because when you think back to what was the 8-year-old version of yourself like, you wanted to have fun, right? If you were talking to the 8-year-old version and sort of planning out your day and telling the 8-year-old version of yourself, what do you get to do today? Would that 8-year-old version of yourself be excited? Would they be like, oh my gosh, that's so cool, man. I'm so cool when I grow up, and it's awesome. I get to do this and I get to do that, and it's I can have an incredible life, right? Would the 8-year-old version of yourself be super excited about the day that you're going to have and the life that you get to lead, and the people that you get to hang around, right? Would the 8-year-old version of yourself be impressed by you? And then you take another look at the 80-year-old version. Would the 80-year-old version be impressed, right? Because that is when you are looking towards the sunset of your life, right? At that point, you've got more days behind you than you have in front of you once you hit that sort of 80-year-old mark. So you want to have a conversation, you want to have a thought process, maybe at the end of your day. Like at the beginning of the day, you're looking at the 8-year-old version, like, what are you excited about? At the end of your day, you're looking back, you're looking at the 80-year-old version of yourself, looking and saying, what did I accomplish today? Am I proud of the day that I led today? What if I led every day for the short period of time I have left? The rest of my life is like that, right? If you're thinking in really, when you get to that 80-year-old, I don't have personal experience on this yet, right? But I did have an opportunity to chat with my mother that was 80, and she was like, it shifts your perspective, shifts your mindset when you get older in age. So when you start looking at that and you realize, man, I have very little time left on this planet, on this earth at least, and would you be proud of the day that you had today? Looking back, the people you spent time with, this time you spent doing things, and the things that you did that day. So think about that today, right? It sort of rested on me. I wanted to share it with you even before I got my clothes on and my shower on. But hopefully that lays some impact on you, and you have a great weekend. All right, take care. Peace.